My name is Malia. I'm giving a speech about police suicide. Police suicide is an ethics issue, and suicide is defined as the act of intentionally causing your own death. Police officers are at the highest risk for committing suicide amongst other professions. In 2019, there were 228 officer-committed suicides. 13 out of 100,000 people will commit suicide every year, while 17 out of 100,000 officers will commit suicide. In 2019, about 37% of suicides committed in New York were officer-related. It was 10 out of 27. New York, California, Texas, and Florida police have the highest numbers of suicide in their departments. Suicide is the #1 officer safety issue, and we need more effective research to better understand this national issue. Chuck Wexler. Police officers are first responders to some extremely gruesome, sad, and horrific accidents. Their mental health is at risk every single day that they go to work, and this is a huge factor in why officers are led to suicide. Another thing we need to look at is substance abuse among officers and how that is affecting them. John Violante, who is a 23-year police veteran, said, "Officers see abused kids, dead bodies, and they see horrible traffic accidents. And what that means is that the traumatic events and stressful events kind of build on one another. If you have to put a bulletproof vest on before you go to work, that's an indication you're already under the possibility of being shot or killed. So all of these things weigh heavily on the psyche, and over time, they hurt the officers." Suicidal officers and warning signs. A few of them are depression and anxiety, alcohol and substance abuse, disruption in the work and family balance, talk of wanting to die or being unwilling to communicate, reckless behavior, and abrupt changes in attitude and personality are a few of the warning signs that an officer could be suicidal or contemplating suicide. Some contributing factors to officer suicide are the code of silence, exposure to trauma and a stressful job environment, alcohol abuse, substance abuse, legal or financial problems, and a family history of abuse or suicide all contribute to an officer wanting to commit suicide. I wanted to talk a little bit about what the Code of Silence was. The Code of Silence is often referred to as the Blue Wall of Silence or the Blue Shield. It's an unspoken rule among officers to not report any misconduct among each other. The Code of Silence supports other unethical actions and promotes loyalty over integrity. How do we help officers? With offering counseling, stress management, encouraging AA and NA, educating them, identifying at-risk officers, and helping them in their relationships, whether it be family or friends. And a supervisor lifeguard program, which is called Save a Life. The S stands for seek out information about officers. A is ask questions about what is going on in their lives. V is encourage them to volunteer to seek help or volunteer to get them help. And lastly, E is to educate officers about the signs and symptoms of suicide and the services that they have available to them. Other support that we should offer to officers are psychologists that are available for struggling officers, alcohol treatment like Alcoholics Anonymous, exercise and stress management, relationship counseling, and education and training. These are just my sources. I want to say that officer suicide is so important, and I think that we need to be taking care of our first responders and ensuring that they can keep doing the job that they love, which is helping the community, by supporting them and making sure that they're healthy physically and mentally to keep doing so. Thank you.